Hi everybody, welcome and thank you so much to Wendy for hosting us tonight so that I can introduce you to Beautycounter. As you can see, it is not nighttime. I am recording this afternoon on Tuesday because I had to pick up my oldest son from school today. He was not feeling well and I didn't know how the night was going to go. So in case I couldn't hop on live, I just wanted to at least record this so that you guys could watch it at your leisure tonight. But I'll still be online this evening, so I will be answering your questions and helping you with any recommendations, anything like that. So, Wendy is a brand new client of mine, but she's been friends with me for a long time. In fact, I was thinking about it. I remember holding her itty bitty babies when they were first born. So I'm feeling really old right now. But Wendy asked me for some samples a while back from Beautycounter and immediately fell in love with our clean formulas as well as our mission. So thanks again, Wendy, for giving me this opportunity to share Beautycounter with your network. So this is not a cosmetics issue. This is not a women's health issue. This affects each and every one of us, and it spans gender and generation because we all deserve better from our products and what we're putting on our bodies each and every day. For those of you whom I haven't met before, I'm Blair Sells. I'm the mom of two little boys who are 7, and we have a new 5-year-old in the house. We live in Parker, Colorado, just outside of Denver. And I've been an educator and a director with Beautycounter now for almost 3 years. I'm just super excited to chat with you ladies tonight about who we are and what we're doing to disrupt the cosmetics industry. I am going to try to keep this to under 30 minutes tonight. So post your comments below, ask me questions. You can write on the wall of this event page and I will answer anything and everything. I'm an open book when it comes to our brand and our ingredients that we use and the ingredients that we don't use. So a little bit more about us. Beautycounter is a lifestyle brand devoted to clean beauty, and I work to empower families across the country in making safer swaps with the products that they use each and every day. So I teach people how to read labels, how not to fall for greenwashing, and also what ingredients to steer clear of. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't shine a light on this public issue. Advocacy for me is one of the most important parts of this. So if any of this message resonates with you tonight, if you want to do more, if you want to get involved at the ground level of this grassroots movement with us, if you want to make a social impact while earning a really generous income, I would love to talk with you about different ways that you can get involved with Beautycounter. I don't care if you have 2 hours a week or 50 hours a week to give. There's a place for everyone here, and I will meet you where you are. This company has really changed my life in terms of how I shop for everything, really how I look for transparency in our labeling, in our sourcing, in our manufacturing, you name it. It's changed the way my family lives, the way we do better when we know better, the way we treat our environment and all that goes into the formulation of our products. So it's changed me completely, and I want it to change you too. I can say without a doubt that I have the best job in the world. Honestly, if you would have told me 10 years ago that this is what I'd be doing, I would have laughed in your face. I have a master's degree in urban planning, and I worked a very high-stress career in transportation planning for almost a decade, and I thought that was what I was meant to do my entire life. But things change when you have a family sometimes, and I knew that that crazy schedule wasn't allowing me to be home with my boys, and I would take them to daycare at 6 in the morning, pick them up at 6 at night. We'd do the rush to bedtime, and then I'd get back to work. So there was something missing, and I knew I didn't want to give up, raising them. So when we moved to Colorado, I wanted to stay home with my boys, but the cost of living here is really crazy high. So after a couple months of being a stay-at-home mom, I realized, okay, we need 2 incomes to make ends meet here. So all of a sudden then I'm working 3 part-time jobs. I've got really odd hours. I'm working weekends, all so that I can have these daytime hours at home with my kids. And it was exhausting. All of it was exhausting. So you can imagine my hesitation then when my sister approaches me with this opportunity at Beautycounter, the idea of getting involved with another job. But thankfully, after I had told her no a few times, and thankfully she saw the bigger picture before I ever did, I'm forever, ever, ever grateful for this opportunity and what I've learned as a result. So let me back up a little bit. I always tell people that $1.08 truly changed my life. Here's why. In July of 2014, I was at our local dollar store. I was picking up some 4th of July decorations for a little party we were having at home. And I remembered that my boys were running out of body wash, bubble bath for home. So I grabbed some there. I really didn't think much of it. I mean, I guess I assumed it wouldn't, foam up as much maybe as the kind that I had bought before at Target. But I just grabbed it and I brought it home and I used it on them for about a week. Before one night I was just sitting there and I turned the bottle over. And on the back, it said in really large red letters, it said, prolonged exposure may cause skin irritation and urinary tract infection. And I was just dumbfounded. I couldn't believe it. I was irate. I threw the bottle away. And like any mom on a mission, I started doing some digging. Because see, I thought if you could buy a product off the shelves in our country that it was safe to use. But really nothing is further from the truth. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about some of the things that I dug up. These are things that really resonated with me and just really opened my eyes to the Wild West that is the lack of regulation in our country. So unlike the food that we buy at a store, our cosmetics are not regulated in this country. In fact, get this, the last major federal law passed to regulate the entire multi-billion-dollar cosmetics industry was in 1938, you guys. Let that sink in for a second. 1938. And of the 10,000 plus chemicals that are commonly used in our products, 80% have never been tested for safety. In fact, my great-grandparents who were born in 1908 were exposed to less pollutants in their entire lifetime than we are today in 1 year. So the U.S. is dangerously far behind when it comes to regulation. The European Union has restricted over 1,400 harmful or questionable chemicals from their products, but here in the U.S. we ban only 30. And last year that was only 11. So something else that I learned, and I really wanted to spend a few minutes to talk with you about it today because it's one of the most prevalent ingredients in the house, but it's also the most easy to eliminate, and that's fragrance. So fragrance is a 4-letter word here in our house. It's a generic term that you're going to find on almost everything. Trash bags, laundry detergent, dish soap, shampoo, lipstick. A lot of what you buy has the word fragrance on the ingredients. Or sometimes if it's fancy, you might see parfum or perfume. But in our country, we have something called the fragrance loophole. And what this is companies can legally use ingredients in their personal care products that have harmful health impacts and are linked to things like cancer, endocrine disruption or hormone disruption, infertility. All of these things can be disguised under one word, fragrance. It's considered a trade secret in our country. So companies are not legally obligated to disclose up to hundreds of chemicals that they use to make their one scent. It's hard to pinpoint the hidden ingredients because they don't have to tell us, but things like, allergies, dermatitis, asthma, potential effects on your reproductive system, these can all be linked back to fragrance. So if you start looking at your labels and you think, hey, I'm doing a pretty good job, like the front of my bottle says organic, natural, paraben-free, phthalate-free. So you might think that you're doing a great job, but then you turn it over. If you see the word fragrance on the back or parfum, you've just been greenwashed. And it happens all the time in this country. And I think it really it drives me crazy. I just don't like that, we think by reading our labels that we're doing a really good job for our family, only to come to find out that this fragrance loophole, lets everything legally be included. So if you take away nothing else from this message today, if you never buy a single Beautycounter product, this is my call to action for you. Just go through your house and remove anything with synthetic fragrance. candles, air fresheners, lipsticks. There are safer alternatives out there, and I love doing consults with my clients. So if you just want to, set up a time to chat with me, and we can walk through how to get rid of some of that stuff in your home. So while I'm learning all of this and I'm getting fired up to affect change for my family, I learned about a little startup company called Beautycounter out of Santa Monica, and they were doing just that. So our founder and CEO, Greg Renfrew, was having a difficult time finding safe brands that actually worked for herself and for her family. And she knew that as consumers, we deserved better from our products, both in terms of how they performed, but also their health protective formulas. So in 2013, we partnered with two key players. We partnered with Mia Davis, who was our head of health and safety. Mia has since moved on to even greater things, and we miss her. But Mia, in her 20s, was single-handedly responsible for removing BPA from our baby bottles here in the U.S. So she's a pretty big deal. We also partnered with Hollywood's hottest makeup artist, Christy Coleman, as our head of innovation. So Christy was one of the first of her kind to use clean makeup on her models. So Mia's team keeps our formulas safe and screened. Christy's team makes sure that our products perform to her impressively high standards. So you get the best of both with Beautycounter. We put your health first. We have a strict 5-step ingredient screening process. We've created our trademark Never List, which is more than 1,500 harmful or questionable ingredients that we will never, ever, ever use in our products. And we combine organically sourced ingredients with safe synthetic formulas. So I think we have like an 80-20 split right now, where we do source 80% of our ingredients from plant-based products, but about the other 20%, we've learned how to synthesize safe blends in our 2 U.S. labs that will adhere to our strict levels of screening. So, I always tell people we're not all organic, we're not all natural, but here's the thing. Just because an ingredient comes from the earth does not necessarily mean that it works well, and it doesn't even necessarily mean that it's safe. And in the same fashion, just because an ingredient has been, made by man doesn't make it unsafe. If you can figure out how to blend the two together, that's health protective and effective. So we've been able to do both. But, best of all, I trust 100% that the products that I'm using on myself and my boys are safe. And I know Beautycounter has already done the homework for me as my consumer. So I don't have to spend my free time doing it. All right, so fast forward 4 years that we've been in business. We currently offer over 100 products from head to toe, including skincare, color cosmetics, kids, baby, you name it. And we are coming out with a whole bunch of new stuff this summer, which I'm super excited about. Let's see, last year we also expanded into the Canadian market. And this past summer we acquired Nude Skincare, which is Bono's wife, Allie Hewson. It's her company. And they sit on our board of directors now. But we really did that to lay the future expansion into the global market. So I'm super excited about that. We also last year wrapped up a capsule collection with 1,500 Target stores across the country as their first ever clean beauty partnership. So it was a really neat collaboration. It was for 9 weeks, and we sold just a small amount of the products that we normally sell on our site. And the response was amazing. So that was really neat to see. Let's see, right now we also have partnerships with J. Crew, with Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop brand, which is like their clean beauty and clean living brand. You should check out goop.com if you want some great resources. But gosh, what else? Well, we currently are over 25,000 consultants strong in the US and in Canada. I can't believe there were just 2,000 when I started, so it's been really neat to see the growth. And, I mentioned earlier that advocacy is one of our company's most important pillars. And so we work in Washington, D.C. as part of the first branded delegation in history. I actually had the pleasure and honor of representing the state of Colorado at Senator Bennett's office in March, and I was able to talk with his staff about the importance of toughening up our country's legislation when it comes to the cosmetics industry. This is something I believe in so much, and it was really powerful to be able to advocate for my constituents here in Colorado. And we were able, as a company, we were able to hold more than 40 meetings with lawmakers across the U.S. and in Canada. They met with members of Parliament to ask for more health protective regulations. So I think you're going to see all of this coming to a head here in the coming months as the new Personal Care Safety Act is being reintroduced to Congress. So I'm crossing my fingers that we are going to get some traction from that. Lastly, one of the things I love most about Beautycounter is that we're a B Corp, and that's short for Benefit Corporation. It is not an easy certification to get, and I think right now there are only 2,000 B Corps in the entire world. So Patagonia, New Belgium Brewing, Clean Canteen, Ben & Jerry's, these are all examples of B Corps, and I'm just really proud to be a part of that because we meet rigorous standards of social and environmental transparency and responsibility, and we put equal weight on people, planet, and profit. I mean, above all, consumers really are demanding better from their products, and we're just at the forefront of this clean beauty mission. I'm really proud of what we stand for. We aren't just another skincare company. I think you can see that with the advocacy work and the education that we do, but we're 25,000 voices with one message, and that's that we are proud to fight for our health and safety. And, you know, the Beautycounter brand is a force for change, so get ready for us. All right, so now I get to dive into some of my absolute must-haves for spring and summer. It's always really difficult for me to narrow these down every time I do these Facebook events because I love every single product that we carry, but these are the ones that I use every day, and I know that you're going to love them too. So up first is our Nourishing Cleansing Balm. This is part of our Countertime, our rejuvenating anti-aging line, and it's my superhero in a jar, you guys. So it melts into your skin while removing your makeup, so you can use it as a cleanser to do that, or you can use it as an overnight mask, which is usually how I like to do it. So, you know, a couple nights a week, I'll wash my face with our Nourishing Cream Cleanser, and then I'm going to put this on and just go to bed with it, like an almond-sized amount. It melts into your skin. You go to bed. It doesn't stain your sheets. You don't feel greasy, but you wake up feeling like you went to the spa, which I love. But if you want to use it as a cleanser, and it's a great makeup remover, so you take that almond-sized amount and you put it on your skin, and then it comes with a organic cotton, a muslin cloth that really gets softer as you wash it. I love this. But then you can just rinse it with warm water and it takes off your makeup, and you can follow up with your favorite moisturizer. I love that it contains raspberry seed oil, cranberry seed oil. It has a lot of antioxidants in it to hydrate and revitalize. And it also has vitamin C, which brightens skin tone. But I found that you can use it for a ton of other things. So if your heels are a little dry or cracked and you want to get ready for sandal season, you can put some of that balm on and then cover it with a sock at night. It works really well. If you forget your sunscreen, it works as a really great sunburn relief. And if you have, or if your kiddos have eczema, dry patches of skin, minor cuts, burns, scrapes, anything like that, just a little bit of the balm, just leave it on and it's fantastic. So, okay, moving on. Let me move some of this up here. All right, so next up is one of my favorite combos. This is our body butter, and it's my go-to for hydrated skin year-round. Look, I'm kind of running low. I need to get a new jar. But it absorbs easily without feeling greasy or just kind of feeling sticky. Shea butter and magango oil really hydrate and nourish the skin. And there's organic sunflower oil, aloe, and chamomile. So those really help soothe and smooth your skin. And I wish you could smell it. It smells fantastic. But this is our citrus mimosa blend. I think I got some on my nose. But we use natural citrus fruit oils and peppermint to lightly scent, and it's really subtle, but it just smells refreshing. My favorite way to use this body butter is I'll take a little scoop on my hands, and I'm going to mix it with, oh, I left my baby oil upstairs. Oh, man. Okay, well, I'm not going to run up and get it, but our baby oil. So I love our soothing baby oil. It's fantastic for everyone in the house from newborns on up, but I take a couple squirts of the baby oil and mix it in with the body butter, and you can just spread it around. It feels so nice. Our baby oil can be used for a lot of other things too. So I like to use it to remove my mascara. I'll take a couple little pumps on a cotton ball and the mascara comes right off. We've used it on dry patches of skin. I use it to soak my boys' Band-Aids before I pull them off because it really helps with the adhesive. Gosh, it's just a really, really nice blend of coconut, jojoba, and sunflower seed oils, and it's really fast absorbing in the skin. So sorry I left that upstairs, but it's a really good one. All right, up next we have foundation. And I think foundation is pretty much a universal product for women unless you're blessed with just perfect skin. But we have two types of coverage here at Beautycounter. We have Dew Skin, which is the gray one, and then our Tint Skin, which is this peachish one. I love both of them for different reasons. Our Dew Skin is our tinted moisturizer with SPF 20. So it's got lighter color coverage. It's got a pop of color. This one, I don't know if you can see this. So this is shade number 3. This is typically what I use, in the summertime. So it's got a little bit of tint, but it also is going to moisturize your skin and give you some protection too. So it's fantastic for that. It comes in 5 shades, and they're all very blendable, and you're going to feel nice and hydrated, throughout the day. So when I'm playing outside with my boys in the summer, this is all I wear. And then up next is our Tint Skin. This, on the other hand, has no SPF, but it has more color coverage. So this is really more of a foundation, and it's buildable. So you can start with one layer, and if you decide you need more, you can use one of our, we have a flat coverage brush that I love, so you can kind of put on a little bit more if you want that buildable foundation. But I also, if you're just kind of going for the one shade, our retractable complexion coverage brush is amazing. So you put a little bit of the Tint Skin in the palm of your hand, swirl this around, and you can apply it throughout your face, and it goes on so nicely. So, all right, there's that. Up next is charcoal. So charcoal is all the craze right now. I'm sure you've heard it all over. It's a buzzy term in the cosmetics industry, but not all charcoal formulas are created equally. I've used charcoal in the past, and it's been very drying for my skin, and I was so pleasantly surprised with Beautycounter's charcoal products because they detox and absorb the impurities in your skin without drying them out. So this is our charcoal cleansing bar. You can use this on your face and your body. You can use it every day. It's gentle enough to use every day. It has organic green tea. It has hydrating coconut oil, witch hazel, so it's a good toner too. And then I really like to follow up a couple times a week with our balancing charcoal mask. I love this. So you can use it all over and leave it on for 10 minutes, and it has kaolin clay, which draws out the impurities in your skin and really soothes it as well. Or sometimes what I like to do is just spot treat. Like if I've got a couple of blemishes, you can just put this on, spot treat it while you're catching up on emails or whatever, and then it just comes right off. So love, love, love those. Oh, and my husband loves the charcoal products too. So it's great for men, women, teens, tweens, anybody with congested skin or just needing that balance. All right, sunscreen. Sunscreen's next. Sunscreen is one of my favorite things to talk about. I posted some information in this group last week, I believe, about sunscreen and what to look for a safer blend. So you can reference that for more details. But I'll tell you, I've never used a better sunscreen, honestly, for myself and my family. This is our Protect All Over formula, and it's broad spectrum. So that means it protects against UVA and UVB rays, which not all of them do. And it's mineral blocking, it's non-nano zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. So those are the two active ingredients that we use. And that's really important because the non-nano sized particles are meant to be larger. So they sit on top of your skin, they do not penetrate the skin, and therefore pose no adverse health effects. But a lot, like you might see zinc oxide and titanium dioxide in other mineral sunscreens, but I don't know the nano-sized particles because some of them use those really small particles that actually do penetrate the skin surface, and they speed up, they can speed up into the bloodstream and other parts of the body. So I just really like that ours blends, and I'm going to see if I can do a little demo here for you guys. So I love that it blends in. It doesn't leave white streaks on your skin. It just goes in so smooth. And we have the lotion. We also have 2 sizes of stick. So this is our larger stick. This is our smaller, obviously. They are both great for face and body. We call this one on our website the face one just because it is smaller, so it's kind of meant for less surface area. I carry one or both of these with me all the time. My boys can use them by themselves, super easy, and there's not a mess, which I love. And then we also have a lip balm with using our Protect sunscreen blend, but this is an SPF 15. And so I love that during the day when we're hiking, biking, whatever we're doing, so that my lips don't get chapped. Okay, last but not least, everybody needs a great face oil and a moisturizer. You know, we've been conditioned to think that oil is bad, but actually pure plant-based oils are really, really great for your skin. Even if they're oily, especially if they're oily or acne prone, because our oils have natural antimicrobial and hydrating properties. So they've got essential fatty acids, antioxidants. All of these are going to fast absorb into your skin, but they're going to soothe fine lines and wrinkles and really give a radiant glow to your skin. So we have 3 different types of our face oils. Our number 1 here is our brightening oil, and it has vitamin C, and that really just, is an antioxidant to awaken and refresh your complexion. Our oil number 2 is our plumping oil, and this uses jasmine, and it makes skin look more toned, and it helps minimize the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, so it really does plump up the skin. And then number 3 is our balancing oil, and this uses ylang ylang and wild chamomile to balance oil production, and it soothes skin's texture, so it's really good for dry or oily or combo skin. Now, you can use these oils alone, and I see I'm just doing lots of demos for you today. You can use just a couple drops, and then you can just press it into your skin. You can do it on top of bare skin. You can do it on top of makeup. I like it. It gives kind of a radiant glow throughout the day and gives my skin a little pick-me-up. But in the evenings, what I like to do is I take this is our Rejuvenating Night Cream. It's one of my absolute favorites. This is part of our Aging Gracefully line again, and so it really targets fine lines and wrinkles with all of the marine extracts that we use and apricot kernel oil, sunflower oil, raspberry seed oil. So all of these things help with your wrinkles and soften your skin. But what I like to do is take a little bit, I should be using my scoop, but this is my personal stash. So I take just a little bit of the moisturizer, add 1 or 2 drops of the oil, mix it together, and then just really press it in. So it's going to lock in moisture while you sleep at night and just feel really, really good when you wake up. So, okay, I have a ton of favorites, but I don't want to keep you guys up all night tonight. So, you can email me, you can contact me with any questions or recommendations. And if you're ready to give our clean beauty formulas a shot, all you do is visit me at www.beautycounter.com/BlairSells. And you can browse our entire collection from there. You're going to see Wendy's social pop up, and it's called Spring Clean Your Beauty Routine with Wendy. And that way she gets credit for your orders as my hostess. So she's earning free and half off products right now just for letting me introduce Beauty Counter to you all. You all are out of town, I'm assuming. I don't see anybody that's here in Colorado. So we have a 60-day return policy on all of our products, and I know that alleviates a lot of concern when it comes to my out-of-town clients who, maybe just don't know how they feel about trying something new. So, in case you order the wrong shade of something or you aren't 100% satisfied, then just let me know. I'm happy to help within that 60-day window to get your products exchanged for you. So we can do that. And then before I sign off, I promised you a giveaway, and as a token of my appreciation to you for tuning in tonight and taking time to learn about our brand and our movement, when you place any order through Wendy's social between now, so today's the 23rd, and May 31st, so you have a week, I will throw in a free Citrus Mimosa hand cream tube for you. This is a $17 value. Our hand cream is my absolute favorite gift to give. I love it. I give it to my neighbors, my teachers, babysitters. My yoga instructor loves it too. So it's a lightweight moisturizing cream, but it has shea butter, vitamin E, sunflower oil, and chamomile and calendula. These are all so hydrating for your skin, but it's not greasy. That's the part I like the most. And then same with our body butter. It has that great citrus mimosa blend that's really subtle, but really refreshing. So again, thank you so very much for taking the time tonight. And I hope you all leave tonight feeling empowered to make safer choices for your family. Just one small change leads to a really big impact, you guys. So I'm happy to chat with each of you individually about making safer swaps if you have questions for me. So good night and thanks again.